What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're checking out why the USA is producing so much talent. This is going to be an interesting video coming from an American soccer fan as myself. Big Christian Pulisic fan, definitely hyped about what he's doing over in Europe. But yeah, we're going to be checking it out. Definitely impressive to see, America come through with soccer and, really building their team around. Still have a long way to go though, of course. But yeah guys, hope you guys enjoy.
By now we may be used to seeing Americans at the top level, but until recently most of them were lucky to be there. The record for championship appearances by a US national is 27, held jointly by DeMarcus Beasley and Jermaine Jones. And while both played for decent-sized clubs in Rangers, PSV and Schalke, neither ever got close to a title in a top league. But that's set to change from now on.
Hey, Pulisic won the
second American to
Champions League
UCL semi in 2020. But this season's competition could see several of his compatriots reach that stage, with Christian Pulisic at Chelsea,
I call him Pulisic. Oh well.
Gio Reyna at Dortmund, and Serginho Dest at Barcelona. But even that undersells the scale of the improvement, as American talent has become commonplace in top European youth squads. When Dest faced a choice between Barcelona and Bayern Munich in the summer of 2020, it was heralded as a huge step forward for American soccer. But the right-back wasn't the first US youngster at either club.
That's a pretty cool soccer ball, I'm not gonna lie.
Barca youth ranks and Chris Richards appearing for Bayern B. And while it could take another 2 or 3 seasons for those kids to come through at club level, they're already amassing international experience. Of the 48 players called up to the US men's national team over the last year, 38 are under 25 and 19 are under 21. While over a third
bright future
books of sides in Europe's top 5 leagues. So how did the USA reinvent itself as a production line of
now I'm genuinely curious. My question, money. I mean, all the little tournament and travel leagues we have in America, you need money to be good. Sad thing though, of course.
Baseball and basketball, relatively few boys aspire to play soccer, and as a result, many of the national team's players grew up outside the country, with Jermaine Jones, Tim Chandler and Fabian Johnson all born in Germany to military parents. And those other sports had a larger effect on youth development. Until 2000,
sucks to our basketball team not doing so well this year.
Other athletes playing for high schools and colleges before arriving at professional clubs through a national draft. That meant that by the time they reached 20, even the brightest young talents had relatively little playing experience and none against top quality opposition, while rivals in other countries were playing in competitive leagues like the Championship or Segunda División. And even on the training ground they were behind, with the top American youths practicing around 50% less than the best prospects.
Weird way to screenshot a photo right there.
Years ago, US soccer authorities shook up the youth system with something called the US Soccer Development Academy. Essentially a set of national youth leagues, it gave promising boys and girls 10 months of training a year under professional.
But how much was it?
Saw MLS youth sides compete against other strong academies across North America and offered a clear progression to students. The under-12s largely focusing on practice, with the number of competitive games increasing up to age 19, when the best.
See, I don't know any of this, of course.
Trained with senior MLS and NASL stars. With the Development Academy came a wave of investment in training facilities, and after criticism from one-time US MNT coach Jurgen Klinsmann, the American Football Association put more focus on adolescent sport too, making the decision in 2016 to field international teams from under 14 up to under 20. Suddenly, American kids were playing games that really mattered against serious football nations and building relationships with one another, which could be.
It's important to have competition too. You can't just be playing each other when you're not good. When either one's good, you gotta have competition to get better in any sport.
Games making the cost of participation high, and children were banned from playing both in the DA and for their schools, ultimately causing a major defection of girls' teams, which, along with the financial burden of COVID-19, brought the system down in 2020. But in the 13 years it was in operation, Reyna, Pulisic and McKennie all came through the boys' DA, along with Tyler Adams, Timothy Ware, Man City's Zach Steffen, and a host of other exciting young footballers. Men's soccer in America was gathering momentum. The loss of the USSDA could have seen football plateau in the USA, but fortunately MLS recognized the value of the system and have already created a replacement.
The MLS is rising too.
2021 campaign, the league will run its own.
Not only with fame though, but with competition.
With over 100 clubs, 500 teams, and 9,000 players between the ages of 13.
I didn't know they had this though.
Under the new structure, every single player will be given a tailored program for self-improvement, and not just on the pitch, with MLS Next providing advice on academic development and college placement, alongside the usual athletic and technical
That's very
education
important too.
vital for growth as a footballer.
Can't just forget about your academics.
Not only talented enough to compete with the best in the
Doesn't
world,
matter what
but
your
also
goal is, what your
mentally
dream
and
is. Still
personally
gotta,
prepared for the challenges of
you know,
a career in the game.
focus on your
And
academics
smartly,
too.
the USA has realized that it will need elite coaches to continue making progress. Jesse Marsch is already excelling at RB Salzburg after cutting his teeth at New York Red Bulls, but MLS Next includes a development scheme for managers, partnering with the French Football Federation to train over 100 coaches already. For the first time in the history of football in America, the nation possesses the structure and tools needed to mold a world-class team.
That's
How
important,
long will it
of
be
course.
before an American wins the Ballon d'Or? On this evidence, it could be sooner than you think. So that's all we've got time for on this week's EFD Explained, but what would you like to see us cover next time? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe to the
Same
channel.
thing for me.
Hit that notification bell to never miss a video. We'll see you next time.
Well, everyone, that is why the USA is producing so much talent. Definitely an interesting video. Definitely liked reacting to that. But obviously, it's important, though, for America to obviously grow into the sport of soccer. It's obviously that and cricket are probably the most popular sports in the world. Obviously not in America. We have American football, basketball, and baseball. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge American football fan. It's my favorite sport. But still follow soccer. Still very important for a sport like that to grow. We've been at it forever. We're just never good. But it's good that we're producing young talent. Big fan of Pulisic. Obviously, leading the way for American players. But yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, then make sure to leave a like. And please leave your thoughts in the comments if you have any. Subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 6,000 subscribers. I'm out, guys. Peace.